Om Sahanavavato Sahanau Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Namo Pranavartaya Shuddha Jnanaika Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः। मण्डूकमहर्षये नमः। गौडपादाचार्यवर्याय नमः। आद्यशङ्कराचार्यवर्य सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। अथ अथर्ववेदान्तर्गतमाण्डूक्य उपनिषत् शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अथ चतुर्थ अलाथ शांति प्रकरणम्। ओम अस्पन्दमानमालातम् अनाभासमजं यथा अस्पन्दमानं विज्ञानम् अनाभासमजं तथा अलाते स्पन्दमाने वैनाभासा अन्यतो भुवः न ततोऽन्यत्र निस्पन्दानालातं प्रविशन्ति ते न निर्गता अलातात्ते द्रव्यत्वाभावयोगतः विज्ञानेऽपि तथैव स्युः आभासस्य विशेषतः. From here starts a crucial contemplation. Here in Mandukya Upanishad, in the fourth Alatha Shanti Prakarana, in its second portion, from this 47 shloka onwards, the example of Alatha is taken to explain to us about the Ekameva Advayam Brahma, which is never a cause in any function for the effect called as the world. That is what is at the highest logical level we are being trained to think and understand. So the focus mainly on what? On the abhasas, Rujuvakradika abhas. They are seen, but they have to be understood to be non-existing. Seen but non-existent. In the same way, the entire world of multiplicity, outer and inner, are seen but non-existent. Then what is existing at any time in the case of Alatha? What is existing? Alatha only. There are no abhasas at all, though they seen. In the same way, in this level of the Adhyatmikatha, what is eternally everywhere existing is that Shuddha Brahma Anubhava Atma Anubhava only. Then what about this multiple world of inner and outer, of grosser and subtler and all? Their position is a position of Rujuvakrami Abhasa, that they are seen but absolutely unreal. These two principles at the Vedantic logic level we have to understand. Ki, if it is seen, not necessary that it is real. If it is real, not necessary be that it can be seen. ये हमको accept करना है. Like the self, not seen, but is absolute reality. So many things are seen but not real. The sun moving you see, but not real. When the clouds move, the move is moving. That's like you see, but it is not real. When you inquire, you understand it is the other way around. So, what is the shackle which we have to break first? Both as a result of this study as well as to make this study effective, that whatever the indriyas are pursuing or the mind is telling, it need not be true. That should be our clarity. In fact, they are not true only. In fact, they are the one which are manipulating. A thing at one level which appears to be great, at another level, it is when you rise your level of thinking, it is not correct only. Like a father. his three children. He trained them so wonderfully in all education. He made one doctor, lawyer, engineer, and they're doing very good and earning lot of money. He had he done a good job or not? Yeah, definitely has done. He made his children asset to his own themselves and the world. बट इफ यू आस्क मी गुरु सन्यासी हम तो कहते हैं ये तो बर्बाद किया अपने बच्चों को व्हाई ही हैज नॉट स्टडीड ट्रेन्ड देम फॉर स्पिरिचुअलिटी when the standpoint of looking different because then it is understood कि इसने जब बच्चे अपने हाथ में हैं जो कह रहे सुन रहे हैं तो उनको अल्टीमेट सिखाने के बजाय you taught only the lower one so you wasted their life everything no we all lot of money so with that money you bought so many things you have enjoyed your house. But that is very good. But another way you look at it, it is waste of money. Same money you would have invested in serving the people, in doing punya karma and spiritual activity. वर्थ उसका अलग हो जाता था ना तो वेस्ट हो गया कि नहीं so to zindagi, like those children example we said half minute back, I lived a life of very good business person, a life of very good corporate person, or a government employee, or the organizer or member of this organization. सब बढ़िया. But did you grow spiritually? No. Then नहीं नहीं रक्षति डुक्रुम करणे. संप्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले. Is it not? So why we are saying all of that? To break one shackle that whatever we see is real and we don't see it is unreal. No. In fact, absolute reality is not seen and what is seen is never real. So the abhasas are seen, rujuvakradi. And when they are seen, when the mashal is in movement, mashal is not seen. But actual reality is the mashal or the torch only reality. All these are appearances. Not all appearances, they are absolutely unreal. Same is applied. Only what is there is pure Vijnana Swarupa Atma. Entire world is projected on it, seen only, but it is not real. With logic, understanding that they are unreal is the ultimate. That's for that only the Alatha Shanti Udaharana or example is taken. The meaning of it is Alatha Spandanam and Alatha Shanti. Because the Spandana of the Alatha, a peculiar forms are seen which are not real. Those forms, the point is what? Neither have come from the Alatha nor gone into Alatha. Neither have come from any other source nor gone into any source. Nor they have independent level, independent power for themselves to exist. All these rupa. No, these are the possibilities for anything to be called as existing or real. When all of them are rejected, what remains is no more real, therefore it's unreal. That's what I said yesterday. 90% logic proves that it is unreal. 10% the eyes prove that it is real or seen. Because of the 10% seeing eye, you can't accept the real. 90% logic कैसे छोड़ते हो तुम? That is lot of things are there. The flow, the speed of the light or the optical illusion. So many things lead to the perception of those abhasas. Ucharan there. That's where we have to be careful to sort out that example. So this is what we saw here. 49 में कि देखिए अलाते स्पंदमाने वै न आभासा अन्यतः भुवः. Abhasas have not come from somewhere else when the latha is moving. Na tata anyatra nispandat nor gone somewhere else when the spandana stops. Na alatam pravisantite, they don't enter. The alat. और कहीं से नहीं आए और कहीं नहीं जाएंगे और अलात में एंटर नहीं करेंगे 3 one option is taken in the next line next sloka first line then have they come from the alata the brujvakra abhasa these are na nirgata alata tate they have not come from the alata also this is a little crucial point to understand why do you say they have not come from alata for this answer is what dravyatva abhava is the yoga or the logic because in those things there is no dravya. अलात का कोई भी द्रव्य has not come there into the abhasas. Therefore, the abhasas don't have any dravya of their own or any dravya taken even from the alatha. Therefore, alatha say bhi wo nahi dikhe hai. This is the place, if you can really understand this fourth one, you can really have the sigh of relaxation. But easily wo pakad mein nahi aata. What is that? In that abhasas, there is no dravya at all, matter at all in that. Therefore, it has not even come from the alatha also. That relationless relation, inexplicable relation is what we have to catch. What is inexplicable? Be careful. In the alatha, those abhasas are not there. Point one. Without alatha, abhasas cannot appear. Point two. Point three. From the alatha, they have not come. Point four. They don't exist independently. Five. Yet they are seen. That thing, if we can sort it out, then we are becoming subtle in understanding Upadhi. This is Upamanam or example. Same is with this world, my dear, at your deepest logical contemplative level, where we have to lift ourselves into on the seat of contemplation before we enter into meditation. आलाथात न निर्गताः ते कथम क्यों क्योंकि अद्रव्यत्व अभाव योगतः. So with this the example is over. Now example is told for what purpose? To tell about the absolute truth also. From the truth the world did not come. The world did not come from somewhere else. When the truth is realized by a saint, the world neither entered that truth nor have gone somewhere else. And the entire world never came from the truth also. These are the few five things about spiritual tattva also are explained. For the sake of that only, the example. 100% clear. What is the second line? Vijnane tathaiva syuhu. Abhasasya avisheshatah. Same is with the Vijnana also. Why? Because just like the Rujuvakradi are Abhasa, not real, projected in a peculiar condition of the movement of Alatha, so too the entire world is nothing but Abhasa only. Again, I am pausing. After the example is understood, try to understand this one. The entire world, gross, subtle, individual and total, are Abhasa like Rujuvakra are the Abhasa. That Rujuvakra Abhasa will be real if the inquiry is not done. When the inquiry is done, that leads to such a intellectual deep understandings that even though I is seeing Abhasa, yet you know that it is unreal. Same way, the entire world from the absolute self standpoint, it is absolutely unreal, though it is seen. That is the thing Vedanta says. Vedanta never says it is not seen. Vedanta says seen, yet it is unreal. How can the unseen be unreal? That is called as Maya. That is what you have to sort out. Maya does both, na? Ki real is unseen and unreal is seen. जो है जो सो नहीं दिखता है, जो नहीं है उसको दिखाता है, उसी को माया कहते हैं, उसी को भेदन करना है, उसी को छेदन करना है. And what is भेदन छेदन? When you don't try to see the self, self is not seen, and something anyway you have to see, then the not self is seen. Same way, when you try to see the self, then you will as come nearer to see the self, the not self automatically disappears. This is called simple meditation. जब तक दुनिया को देखोगे दुनिया दिखेगी, भगवान नहीं दिखेंगे. जब भगवान को देखने लगे हुए भगवान दिखते रहेंगे, दुनिया चली जाती है. आपका नजरिया आप है, इसलिए इट्स कॉल्ड वेदांत. दृष्टि और दर्शन. All the philosophies are about darshan shastra. It's all your visions. We have the vision of self. Self alone is there nothing other than that. We have the vision of the world. World is real. Self is not seen. दृष्टि की बात है बाबा. को विज्ञाने भी तथैव स्युः आभासस्य अविशेषतः. Okay. Now this word is understood by you. Dravyatva abhava yogatah. Okay. Yogatah means because of this reason or logic. Or that there is no dravya. Now it will come later also, but I'll touch upon right now a little bit. Key science is helping us a lot. Perfect help of the science to explain Mandukya Karika Rishi. Key, what is the world scientist is doing when they are seeing the gross world? Are they not breaking it to pieces and going in to find the ultimate cause of them? And where did they reach? They reach to an energy level. Means what? There is no matter. Means what? Dravya to abhava. बता गया कि नहीं? द्रव्य तो अभाव तक आगे लोगे, कोई द्रव्य नहीं है, एक शक्ति है वो जिसका सॉलिडिफिकेशन का हो, मूवमेंट का हो, द वर्ल्ड के रूप में दिख रहा है. इट्स अ वेरी peculiar understanding. Huh? You know what is it? The pure conscious self alone, peculiar condition, appears to be the solidified world. In other words, the solidity is unreality. But we give importance to the solid so much that we think when something is in solid form, then only it is real, and in other form, it is less real, less real, less real. See the example of water, ice block, solid, real. Water, yeah, real. Water vapor, less real. But actually, beyond the water vapor level called as the hydrogen and oxygen level, without the H2O, can the water or ice block be there? No. But which is unreal and which is really real? The H2O is real, but not the water. But what do we experience as? Did we ever in our life talk even once or tell somebody भाई और दो हाइड्रोजन मॉलिक्यूल एक ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल मिला के ले आना मेरे को? We don't say H2O, but that is a factor that every drop of water, every ounce of water has got hydrogen oxygen only, which is not seen at all, but it is reality. But we went on having a strong notion and given reality to the solidity. If this one enters in today's class, I think our class is fulfilled. What is that? Two reasons. One is the solid is not real. Real is the ultimate subtlest. Second is the solid is becoming real because of our excessive importance given to it. Any object in front of you, when you go into that, what do you find? Ultimately, space only. Do you understand the peculiarity of the thing? An object which is appearing solid in front of me, in that if you go deeply, it's only space. And those scientists talk in terms of such a huge space there in between atoms. Within the atom, between the electron, proton, neutron. When you go into them in the language of space at that level, the distance between them is like in the general space, the distance between the sun, moon, and stars and the planets. How distant they are? यहाँ हम अर्थ पे है तो चंद्रमा कितना दूर है बताओ. बुध ग्रह गुरु. You understand? Now this entire solar system from 1,000 light year distance, if you see, they appear like they are one only. But when we are coming near to them, we see sun and earth itself have thousands of kilometers distance. Same way from here, when you see a star, it is not one star. In that there are millions of stars are there as galaxies. But एक पूरा एक दिखता है हमको. Like a पहाड़ from distance. एक ही लगता है. पास में जाओ, you can see उसमें how many hillocks are there, that boulders are there, stones are there. नहीं दिखते वो. Are you getting the understanding? In the atom, within the molecules, there's a tremendous amount of distance. Space is there. और अभी अंदर जाओ तो दे से देयर इज नो थिंग, इट्स ओनली एनर्जी. सो थिंग नहीं है मतलब मैटर नहीं है. मैटर नहीं मतलब द्रव्यत्व अभाव. प्रूव हो गया कि नहीं? साइंस ने भी प्रूव किया. लॉन्ग बैक इट वाज प्रूव्ड. व्हाट इज प्रूव्ड? फर्स्ट एग्जांपल, देन द थिंग. एग्जांपल में इन द रुजुवक्र आभास देयर इज नो द्रव्य. Same way, the entire gross subtle world we see, When you analyze them from the substratum standpoint, where you go? You go to the Sat and Chit level only, no? Every aspect of the gross subtle world is ultimately caused from Sat and Chit, which we are saying every day from last 2 years. Now come to a very important listening. Listen this. What is that? That Sat Chit is not a dravya. It's an anubhuti. It is not dravya. And that Satchitta, which is not the dravya, is the cause ultimate for the entire world. Therefore, the entire world which is looking like a dravya has no dravya at all inside as the substratum for it. And what is the rule? When there is no dravya, it is not real, it is only abhasa, it is non existing. Just like the Alatha example. The Rugju Bakra abhasa don't have dravya, therefore they are not real. So too the dravyata which you see in the world, when you go it is finermost cause, you will reach to Sat and Chit. Sat and Chit is not dravya. Therefore, is there any dravya in the world? No. Then when there is no dravya, what is it? It is only abhasa, it is unreal. So it is such a opening of the intellect, I tell you. If it clicks by God's and Guru's grace, our entire perception given to the world reality goes away. It is changed. This is called Sukshmata. This is called entering to the next level of spiritual understanding. See, let's say a tumbler is there in front. It is so real, we hold it. We pour water in it, we drink or we pour tea or coffee or soup. उसको नीचे डालो तो ज़मीन पे लगाकर आवाज़ भी आता है वो। किसी को मारो उससे चोट भी लगता है। Therefore, because of all these actions and reactions, we say that tumbler is real. But when you go logically, what is a tumbler made up of? It is made up of steel, let us say. Steel came from where is an alloy and all that. You go into the matter of it. Where do you end up in? You end up in only the Panchamahabhutas. In the Panchamahabhutas, slowly earth dissolves in water, water in fire, fire in air, air in space. Where the space dissolves in the concept of mind, where the mind ends in consciousness. Now, this thing, why we have to do? Because without the subtle most, the other things cannot be. Namely, the subtle alone in our ignorance is seen as the gross. This is the sorting out of Vedanta. Consciousness unseen only the mind. Mind manifested only Pancha Mahabhutas. Panchabhutas grassified alone. Mixed, admixed and grossified is called as the tumbler in front of you. So in tumbler, how much the reality of the tumbler? In tumbler, how much the reality, the Satchit? At our very non-logical thinking level, only Vyavahara level, 100% that shape and form of tumbler is real and the Satchit is not at all there in that. But if you grow in your logic and inquire into the seen tumbler with that stillness, you will go deeply one after the other, merging the effect in the cause, effect in the cause. Ultimate cause, you go into the Satchit only. And Satchit is not a Dravya. You understand? So, that Satchidananda Paramatma, in which there is no Dravya at all, this Dravya looking tumbler is appearance only. This is called logic. This is called Vedanta. You will use the glass, you use it for drinking water, सब चल रहा है, but logically यहाँ नहीं है वो glass. The one who is visualizing like that. भक्ति में क्या कहते हैं? The other, they do it the other exercise. In any rupa and form, it is my own Krishna, he says. The Vedanti says everything is Brahma, Atma, which is not a Dravya. The Bhakta says, Sri Rama is Sab Jagajan. He says, my Lord alone can take all the roops and Rupa Nama. In Vedanta, in pure Parabrahma, Rupa Nama are not there. Therefore, Jagat is not there. We talk about Ajatavada, Advaita Vedanta. In Bhakti, everything is one Lord only in that form, this form. Both are same almost. So, one of the very big, tough exercises is what? The entire world has no dravya in it at all to be called it as the real. It is only abhas. How is it sorted out? Go into the cause of the entire world. World's cause is Satchita. Such is not Dravya. Therefore, if something is there seen but has no Dravya, that is called Abhasa. When it is an Abhasa, it is unreal. In that Rujuvakra Abhasa, there is no Dravya, therefore it is unreal. Yet it is seen. That is what you have to be careful in understanding. Just by seeing something, don't believe it is real. In Vedanta, it's the other way around. Anything seen, it is unreal. Because the real is only the self, self is not seen. इट इज एक्सपीरियंस्ड कोई भी दिख रहा है आपको जगत में लौकिक लोग व्यवहारी संसारी कहते हैं दिख रहा है इसलिए सत्य है वेदांति से अदर अराउंड दिख रहा है इसलिए असत्य है क्योंकि सत्य दिखता नहीं क्योंकि सत्य आत्मा स्वरूप है In two sentences only, the Vedanti cut short all Vedanta. Do you know how it is? Everything seen is not unreal because real cannot be seen. Because if anything is real, then what about me? There cannot be two things. I am seeing, the other thing is seen. Two realities cannot be there. Only seen must be real or seer must be real. I am experiencing myself all the time. Therefore, I am real. The seen is unreal only. In one, two sentences, he just cuts it. Because the world is seen, the world is unreal. This is Vedantic view. Samsari's view is what? Because the world is seen, it is real. So too they say this Atma is not seen, therefore unreal. We say it is non-seeable, therefore it is only reality. Because it is not an object of perception of senses, mana indriya. It is anubhuti. So today what is the homework for us? So solidly looking this entire Brahmanda or the world is Dravya Rahita. Therefore, it is like abhasa, like the Rujvakra. Therefore, as much Rujvakra abhasa are asat, so to the Jagat is asat. Work on that. Be in this exercise or mission of making your intellect mold to this understanding. That's called as spiritual evolution. So for a spiritual Mahatma, what is vision? Seeing the world, contacting the world. But then world is unreal. What is real? Paramatma. In him, all these three peculiar things happen. One, the world is seen, but known that it is unreal. Second, in this unreal world only he does Vyavahara. Third, he is always in the experience of self, in which there is no world at all. Be careful about these listenings. These are the ones which will make our mind intellect heated up while listening and understanding. In that heat only, the solidly kept wrong misunderstandings get melted, burnt. ये सुन तो गर्मी जो होती है ना सुनने की समझने की प्रयत्न वाली उस गर्मी में ही सब जल जाते हैं मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग्स and it's such a stupid foolishness of non-thinking that in the absolute self we have hidden it to such an extent the totally non-existing world we have imagined and in that we are living imaginary world. That's why the waker is not known and the dream world is projected and living the dream as if it is real. मूर्खता है वो. एक अज्ञान है दूसरी मूर्खता या ना समझिए बेवकूफी ना समझिए अज्ञान मूर्खता है बेवकूफी इज दैट वन दैट इज व्हाट ड्रीम नो आई एम ए वेकर इसकी ना समझी है देन लिविंग सच ए लाइफ ऑफ ड्रीम एज ए रियल वो बेवकूफी है सेम वे ना समझे of the आत्मा लिविंग द बेवकूफी लाइफ ऑफ दिस वर्ल्डलीनेस इज संसार तब समझ आत्मा को उसको पता है कुछ है ही नहीं है द्रव्य ही है इसमें परमात्मा के अलावा परमात्मा इज नॉट ए द्रव्य. Now the point is, and yet it appears. For us, solidly appears because we are not yet realize the self. The one who realizes the self, for it still appears, but not as a reality. And he is not worried with its appearance. होने दो, that is अचिंत्य है वो. अब उसको भी अवॉइड कर सकते हैं आप. Just be established in the self, even that आभास also will not be there. When you see, when a mirage water is seen, when I know it's mirage water, appear or disappear, it will not create samsara in me to have a desire for the water to run behind it. I'm not bothered when it is no more binding me. Anyway, na nirgataha alatha te. Those abhasas have not come from alatha also. Gruhat iva, like a person coming out of the house. Yesterday we told the dancers coming out of the green room. Why? Dravyatva abhava yogataha. Because the yoga or logic of dravyatva abhava in those abhasas, actually dravya hi nahi hai. Feel this sentence, the meaning of this sentence. There is no dravya matter in those abhasas. Rujuvakra mein. In the charge, there is a dravya. Something is there behind it because of which it is burning. Is it not? Even when the fire is burning to this level of the mashal, even in the end of the tip of the fire also there is dravya supplied from this in the form of a kerosene kaho, kuch kaho. There is a dravya here. Any fire blazing, at the top of the fire blazing also there is dravya because of which it is burning. But in the alatha nirmita abhasas of Rujuvakradi shapes, there is no dravya. I am saying yesterday also, today also, द्रव्य तो अभाव अलात का पहले समझो. अलात के मूवमेंट से बने हुए आभास के द्रव्यत्व अभाव को पकड़ो. Try to understand the absence of the matter in the appearances of the triangle or rectangle or straight line. In the example of alata, when it is moved, those forms which have appeared. Now, how subtle is the thinking of this Kaudapala Karika that is giving example and taking us to next level of understanding, taking something reality and the other thing is unreal, that which is seen. ये वेदांत है. Same is at the self level. Self is never a dravya. Because of that, it can never appear as the Jagat. It is from the self point. The Jagat which we are seeing, go into the cause of it, you will come to the self-onless cause, which is not a dravya. Yeah? Self is not a dravya. It is an anubhuti. जाति द्रव्य गुण क्रियाएं आत्मा में नहीं होते. Is it not? Now, in the absence of the knowledge of the self, the world appear to be real. This is called ignorance. In the knowledge of the self is dawn, when you accept the world to be absolutely unreal, then the wisdom is dawn in us. That's the point. Then the seen or unseen become irrelevant. It may not be seen also. When you're fully engrossed in the Atmanamurti, where is the Jagat seen? वो भी संभव है अल्टीमेट में. विदेह मुक्त स्थिति. ओके, ये देश सब पढ़ लिया हमने कल, इसलिए मैं फास्ट भागता हूं इधर कि द्रव्य स्वभाव द्रव्यत्वम तद अभाव द्रव्यत्व अभाव द्रव्यत्व अभाव योगतः द्रव्यत्व अभाव युक्तेः वस्तुत्व अभावात् इति अर्थः. वस्तुनो ही प्रवेशादि संभवति न वस्तु. When an object is there, then only it will enter and exit. These alata, these abhasas are not the vastu. Therefore, they don't enter anywhere, they don't come from anywhere. Very subtle and peculiar point it is, if you can catch. कोई द्रव्य है वो कहीं से आएगा जाएगा, but these are not द्रव्य, so how can it come from somewhere and enter into somewhere? That is the subtlety of observation of those abhasas of Rujuvakra, that they are seen, but they don't have matter, therefore they have not come from anywhere. Therefore, though they are seen but not real. What is world? Seen but not real. What are the Rujuvakra abhasa? Seen but not real. How the unreal can be seen? That is called as power of Maya. Then vastuno hi pravesha samadana vastunah. Now vijnane api jatyadi abhasa tatha eva syuhu. Even in the case of vijnana atma also, the jati, vastu, chalanam, all abhasas also, though they are not there, still that is how they are appearing. Tatha eva syuhu. Abhasasya avisheshatah means tulyatvatu. Because whether it is an example of the alatha or whether example of the vijnana, in the Vijnana, the entire Stula Suksha Jagatu, in the Abhasa, in the Alatha example, Rujuvakradi. Both of them are Abhasas only. Oh, socho. Now, example is completely explained. Exactly like the example is the Vijnana. So, now what is the topic which we are going to see next three shlokas? Same topic, exactly 100%, which we were discussing till 10 minutes back, 5 minutes back, in which the example was there. Now, the main point. Points to why. So just like the explanation of the Alatha happened, so to the Vijnana. So correspondingly, पहले बताएंगे 1 मिनट की बात है. So what is the Alata here? It's a Vijnana Atma. What is the Spandana of the Alata here? The Spandana of the Vijnana. What is the Spandana of the Alata resulting in a Ruju Akradi Abhasa? What is the Spandana of the Vijnana Atma giving result in the entire Jagat Abhasa? Now these Spandanas abhasas which are there, they are dravya rahita. So too these are dravya rahita. Because they are dravya rahita, therefore they have neither come from anywhere nor entered anywhere. Here also dravya rahita, neither come from anywhere nor entered. When it is no dravya, it has never come from anywhere nor entered anywhere. Then what is its position? It is unreal. Therefore, the world will never come from anywhere, never entered anywhere. What is its position? Unreal. But whatever the looking, it is seen. That is all problem. अगर नहीं दिखता तो प्रश्न ही नहीं पूछते. But Swami, you know that Rujuvakra Abhasa is seen. That is the only problem. नहीं दिखा तो समझते नहीं. So too, but I see the world. That's why you are in ignorance. So you are given this knowledge. With this knowledge, see. What see? See the self and not the world. But मुझे world ही दिख रहा है. तेरे को knowledge नहीं मिला. Then gain the knowledge of the Atma. Then you will see the Atma only. You don't see the Abhasa. If you see, you don't take them as real or Atma. They know. देखो वेदांत में ना कुछ इंसिस्टेंसेस को हमें छोड़ना पड़ता है एल्स वी डोंट गो टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल व्हाट इज इंसिस्टेंस इतना कहने के बाद भी बट दिख रहा है ना मुझे दिस इंसिस्टेंस वी डोंट ड्रॉप अब आंख फोड़ लो फिर नहीं दिखेगा अब क्या कहेंगे गुरु इसको कि एक चीज को पकड़ करके दिख रहा है देफोर ये रियल होना चाहिए वन इंद्रिया कॉल्ड द आई इज सीइंग समथिंग एंड यू से इट इज रियल वो बंदा बंदा है उसको तो ना आलात दिखेगा ना आभास दिखेगा अब उसको क्या समझाए वेदांति is it not this example is not valid to a blind person because he can't see the alatha he can't see the movement of it nor he can see the imagination of the non-existing the rujvakrali abhasas an interesting point when those abhasas are unreal the rujuta the vakrata all of them also unreal but it appears so these are all contemplative shlokas deeply हो गया नाउ कम्स कथम तुल्यत्वम इति आह नाउ द तुल्यत्व बिटवीन द उदाहरण of the alata and its spandanam and abhasa here also vijnanatma spandanam and jagadabhasa is ना अब एग्जाम्पल हो गया now तुल्यत्व इसका बता how to contemplate about the self listen विज्ञाने स्पन्दमाने वै नाभासा अन्यतो भुवः न ततोऽन्यत्र निस्पन्दात् न विज्ञानं विशन्ति ते don't forget the main theme is world is seen but absolutely non-existent that is the purpose of the study seen but absolutely non-existent then what is existing absolutely existence alone existing that is by itself consciousness also therefore everything is conscious existing only and that is experienced as I this is the ultimate truth therefore I have that pure conscious existence other than me there is no thing therefore ekameva dvayam atma or brahma na iha nana asti kinchana api there is nothing other than me the pure conscious existence that is the ultimate realization that is being driven to us to those who are seeing the outer world gross inner world subtle in the waking and dream and asking question ये तो हमको दिख रहा है ना अब दिख रहा है का अर्थ नहीं कि रियल होना है टीवी स्क्रीन में सिनेमा दिख रहा है कि रियल है क्या हो हम्म, no no interesting example The dream tiger or this movie screen tiger will attack the movie screen existing hero only, not me who is seated here. But the tiger in this world will attack me. These two have Samanadikaranyam, those two have Samanadikaranyam. Dream tiger or the screen tiger will attack the dream man or scream. In the same way, waking tiger will attack waking man. In this acting, attacking of dream tiger to the dream man, is there anything happening to me, the waker? No. In the same way, in the waking world, waking tiger when attacks waker me, to real self in me, nothing happens. That is why, with this example, you understand that this lofty, biggest point. What the biggest point? Ki when the Srishti Sthiti Laya is happening, nothing happening to Atma. Like when cinema starting, middle or end, nothing happening to the screen also, nor to anything happening to me also. इतना सिनेमा में सीनरीज हुए स्क्रीन को कुछ नहीं हुआ मेरे को कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ा इन द सेम वे सृष्टि स्थिति लय आर हैपनिंग येट नथिंग इज हैपनिंग इन द सेल्फ दिस इज व्हाट इज कारिकाकारास अजातवाद स्थिति and it will not come overnight and nobody wants it also. People are enchanted with the seen world, they're happy with that. विज्ञाने स्पन्दमाने वै नाभासान्यतो बोह न ततोऽन्यत्र निस्पन्दात् न विज्ञानविशन्तिते. Be attentive about next 5-6 slokas. Now this shloka simple meaning and bhashya we will see. Vijnane spandamane. When the pure conscious self is moving. Spandamane na abhasa. The anyato boha. All the abhasas of the world which are seen inner and outer, grass and shutter, not have come from anywhere. Just like in the alatha mood, these abhasas have not come from any other place. Second one is what? Na tatha anyatra nispandat. When the alatha stopped moving, those आवासास are not gone somewhere else. भाई ये तो रोक दिया मूव करना चलो हम और कहीं जाते हैं ऐसा नहीं जाते वो. So to the entire world when the Vijnana Spandanam stops doesn't go anywhere. So some other cause other than the self is there, from there it came and going back to it, that is denied by this example. Therefore, no other thing is cause to the Abhasa Jagat other than the Vijnana Atma. पहले इधर आ जाओ. Then even Vijnana Atma cannot have Spandana. Therefore, there cannot be the Abhasa also of the Jagat. And still why appears? Because you are not accepting this principle that in the pure self there is no Spandana, therefore there is no chance of even Abhasa. You stick to that. Vedanta, stick to what you are ultimately listening to. When you do stick to that, then you will only experience that the Jagat is gone. We are not sticking. We are sticking to our illusory experience, not to the wisdom given by the Guru or Shastra. तो अपना नहीं छोड़ेगा तो वो पकड़ में नहीं आएगा आपको. What they say, when the Vijnana Spandana stopped, they have not gone somewhere. What are they? Abhasa. What is Abhasa? Is Stula Sukshma Karana Jagat Abhasa. Second point is this. First, they have not come from somewhere. Second, they have not gone somewhere. They have not come from somewhere when the Vijnana was moving. When they have not gone somewhere away when the Vijnana stopped. Movement stopped of the Vijnana Atma. Spandan ruk gaya to. Okay, this is the second line meaning. Then, na Vijnanam Vishanti te, nor they have entered the Vijnana Atma. So they don't enter into the consciousness also, the entire Jagra Swapna Jagat Rupi Abhasas. When you are in meditation, reach the self. तो स्पंदन को रोक देना मतलब reaching to the self. At that time, where is the whole not self has gone, it never enters into it. Example of the shadow is ultimate. Shadow never came from somewhere else, never goes somewhere else, never enters into the thing of which it is a shadow. In fact, it has not come out of the thing only. Still it appears, the shadow. So, while seeing shadow, still through these logics, we accept that the shadow is not real. And it is not a dravya also. You can't capture it, you can't hold it. The entire world is nothing but shadow only. Not at all real. Ha ha ha. And to that we only gave reality by giving importance to so many things and confused ourselves. And this confused state we are getting आदत to, इसलिए हमको अच्छा लग रहा है. आदत हो गया ना इसलिए. So Vijnana Spandana, Jagadabhas has not come from somewhere else. Spandana stopped. Jagat has not gone somewhere else, nor it has entered into the Vijnana Atma. तीन हो गए. Has it exited from the Vijnana Atma, like in the example of the Alat also, the fourth point? That will be said in the next sloka. From the Vijnana Atma also it has not come. It has not come from where else. It has not entered into something else. It has not entered into the Vijnana Atma. These three are covered. Fourth, which would have been the first point, is covered now. First of all, when they are seen, when you are moving, have those abhasas come from the Vijnanatma only? When the Alata is moved, are those abhasas coming from the Alata? वो कहना नहीं है क्यों द्रव्यत्व अभाव सेम इज हियर. व्हाट इज वेदांत इज दिस जितना सॉलिड भी दिखे इट इज द्रव्यत्व अभाव से एब्सोल्युटली नहीं है. Then dikhna is a conditional expression. Various reasons, factors are there. They are immaterial to us. तो कर्मकांडियों को उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन जरूरी है. हमको क्या, हमको तो तत्व जानना है. हम मेन पॉइंट समझ लिए बस. That everything seen is abhasa. It has no matter of its own. When you go into the cause of it, you will end up in Paramatma only, which is not Dravya. Now let us see the भाष्य टकटक. दो श्लोक मिलाकर भाष्य कह रहे. न निर्गतास्ते विज्ञानात् द्रव्यत्वाभावयोगतः कार्य कारणता अभावा यतो अचिन्त्या सदैव ते. What a great completion here. So the first श्लोका, that means श्लोका 51 complete, and second श्लोका 52 का पहला लाइन, ये चारों बातों को साबित करते हैं. चार बात क्या है? The abhasas have never come from Vijnanatma, never enter into Vijnatma. The abhasas never came from somewhere else, never go somewhere else. You understand? All the four are proved in these three lines. This is a higher logic, which will help us to accept, if we follow logic, that even though they are seen, they are unreal. So a thing seen need not be real. And in another logic which is not mentioned here, earlier it was mentioned. If you hold on to that also, we can accept the unreal. What is that? When I look at you and look somewhere else and again look at you, maybe in only 1/10 of a second, I am not seeing the same you. And after seeing you, when I go back to the other thing which I saw earlier, again I am not seeing the same thing. Because in that microsecond time also, already some change has happened. It can be very minimal, but definitely some change happened. And two changes only. One is what? A movement has passed time. Micro movement, whatever it may be quantity. But when the time passes, it cannot pass without bringing some change. It will be very micro level. But it's a micro level or whatever level. The change is change. When the change happened, therefore I have not seen the same thing. You understand it? In fact, I can't see the world. I can't see the world second time. I can't see the same world again. Impossible it is. Because it's changing continuously. Interesting what kya hai na? The one who is seeing is, I also am changing. My mind is changing. My eye ability is changing. देखने वाला भी बदल रहा है, देखा हुआ चीज भी बदल रहा है. Then how can you think is same all the time? It is not at all. This is called Vedanta. This is called as Vivek. This is called as contemplation. Don't get frightened, but just get the information. Keep on. तो कोई बंदे को 10 साल के बाद देखते हैं, कितना बदल गया इंसान, देखते रहे। एक बार नहीं बदला, वो हर क्षण बदल रहा है, वो हर घड़ी बदल रही है रूप जिंदगी। समझा ना? कोई आते हैं ना दैट फिलॉसफी अच्छी बात है। ये है पल भर वहाँ, हाँ, जी भर जियो। How much viveka vairagya we have to enter into this contemplative mood and meditative poise. देखिए ना, उसको हम अगर हम अर्न करते हैं, देर sufficient viveka vairagya, and with that we stably sit on the seat of meditation, and with the example of these things and with these shlokas as basis, when we contemplate, we can really enter into that thing where self alone is real as experienced, the entire world is nasti only. What is said, everything is Parabrahma only in all other Upanishads. Same is said here also. Point अलग को नहीं बता रहा है, बट यहाँ एक एग्जाम्पल अलात का लेकर एक हाईएस्ट लॉजिक यूज करके साबित कर. That's the speciality of this Upanishad. See the bhashya of the both shlokas. First, alatena sarvam samanam vijnanasya. The alata and vijnana are sarva rupena samanam. Means that example, whatever is taken and details are sold along with for the final purpose. Example taken, details are told. Final purpose is what? Those abhasas are unreal of the Rujvakra. Yeah. Here also, विज्ञान में भी वही आपको बताना चाहते हैं. So in the Alatha example, other than Alatha, all abhasas are unreal. In the Vijnana, other than Vijnana, all its abhasas of gross subtle worlds are unreal. यही आपको बताना है. पहले उस बात को पकड़ो. Now, difference is what in both the examples. Example of Alatha and Vijnana, that is what is focusing on. Other thing you will not elaborate because you have understood similarity. बता दिया ना. What is that? कि सदा अचलत्वं तो विज्ञानस्य विशेषः. The Visheshta in the Vijnana Atma is it is Sada Achala. Alatha is moving. We said yesterday, for the Alatha to move, there is a space around it where it is not there. But the Vijnana Atma is all pervading, there is no space where it is not there, so it cannot move. There is an added point in the Vijnana, not in the Alatha. So, Sada Achalatvam to Vijnanasya Visheshaha. Other things is Sarvam Samanam. And here the Vijnana will not move is an added point because that helps later on us to say that when the Vijnana is moving, then the Abhasas are happening. No, then Vijnana is not at all moving, then Abhasa bhi nahi hoga. Baat ki baat hai whether it is real or not. And that is the goal also. What is the goal? Two ways. Stop the spandana of the Vijnana, then you will see all Abhasas go away. This is one way of saying. Second is discover that Vijnana in which there is never Spandana happened. Then you will see there is never the Abhas also. Be careful here. In this way, Aspanda Atma को नहीं जानना ही ignorance है. Is samsara, which is imagining Spandana in it, and the moment the Spandana is imagined, immediately the Abhasas also come. All of them are imaginary. Then to each of them, जितना चाहिए उतना तुम सत्य दे दो. Reality aspect. Is it not? Vastu remains as it is. Who gives what value to it? It changes. That doesn't affect the Vastu. Like a shop में एक डब्बा में कोई मिठाई रखा है. No, 100 people come to that shop. मिठाई remaining same. Each one's response to that is different or not. बेचारा मिठाई का कोई फर्क संबंध नहीं है उसका. Same person also in different occasions has different value for it. When he was buying every day 10 mithai वहाँ का, suddenly when he diagnosed diabetes, he will see poison in them. No, the changes are in his mind which are unreal, which have nothing to do with the sweet there. Is it not? When a child sees, he wants it. So too, what is there is Paramatma. If you don't see, Then how it is seen as million options. Everyone sees in different manner. And but everybody's vision has nothing to do with the object there or the subject, the self there. Self is immaculate. Because somebody liking or disliking or hating or wanting greedily, nothing is happening to sweet there in that box. So to the Parabrahma Paramatma is remaining same. You only see it or not see it. When you see it as yourself, all bhranti ends. When you don't see it, then slowly the movement starts spandana. From that, all the bhavas or abhasas start appearing. So जात्यादि आभासाः विज्ञाने अचले किं कृताः. So when the vijnana is said to be as achala, then the jati, chalanam, vastutva, all these avasas, then from where it came, how they are not there. See, iti aha karya karanata abhavatu. Because there is no karya karanata abhava sambandha. The vijnana has no doing spandana. Therefore, the karanatva is not there in that. And only when there is karana, there is abhasa. That was the logic. तो कार्य कारण अभाव नहीं है. Therefore, vijnana is not the cause for even the karya karanata rupa appearing in the jagatu. Karana is spandanam. Karya is abhasa. What is the karana? Spandana. What is karya? Abhasa. In the pure vijnana, the spandanam is not there. Therefore, karanatva is not there. Therefore, abhasas are not there. Think about it. Then, karya karanata abhavat janya janakatva anupapattehe. The janya, the created, the effect, janaka, the creator, the cause, anupapattehe. Abhava rupatva. Therefore, there is no bhava in them, they are abhava. But still they are seen achintyate yatah sada eva. Therefore, you can never that way talk about them at that point level. They are all achintya and anirvachaniya. Now I'll summarize it in 3 minutes. You look into the watch. 180 seconds. Carefully listen then. Whole theme, what is developed so far up to this verse number 52. My time starts now. ऊपर जाने का नहीं, ये आपको बताने वाला. So the alatha example, alatha is there. When it is as it is held, there are no abhasas. Point 1. When it is moved, the abhasas are seen. Okay? When the abhasas are seen, then the alatha is not seen. Now, the position of the abhasas we have to discuss. What is said in the example case? When it is not moved, abhasas are not there. When it is moved, abhasas are there. Point 1. 2. Those abhasas, when it is moved only, never came from somewhere else. Okay? When it is moved, never came from the alatha. When it is stopped, never entered into alatha, never went somewhere else. Therefore, what is the position of those abhasas? Seen but unreal. Another reason for their unreality is in them there is no dravya. In the same way, in the example of the Vijnana Atma also same. Vijnana Atma spandita, then the Jagad Abhasa happened. When the Vijnana Atma is doing spandana, the Jagat never came from somewhere else, never came from Vijnana Atma also. When the spandana of the Vijnana Atma stops, Jagat never enters to Vijnana Atma nor somewhere else. There is a correlation between these two. At the next level, the Vijnana Atma, the experienced people say, it can never have spandana. Therefore, spandana rupi karana is not there in it. Spandana rupi karana hai, then only the karya rupi abhasa will be there. Therefore, in the pure Atma, where is no spandana, which is karana, therefore there is no karya also called as abhasa. Then still why it is seen? Because it is never answerable. It is anirvachaniyam achintyam. Then what is the ultimate vidana? The aspandita vijnana atma, you experience it. When you experience it, then the question will not come about the abhasa, why it is coming, why it is real or unreal. उसका कोई जवाब नहीं होता, उसमें आप खपाओ मत अपने दिमाग को. It is called as anirvachaniyya. There in Vedanta, Anirvachनीय ख्याति is one thing. Now my thought 3 minute का कहा हमने बता दी. सारांश क्या है? In the pure conscious self there is no spandana. Therefore that spandana is the cause for creation. Therefore cause is not there. Therefore the creation of abhasas are not there at all. Into the deep meditation level I have to see. We are now listening this intellectually with the values continuously given to the indriyas, which are giving the reality of the world, and we are also giving value to the vasanas, which are saying the world is real. So, with the vasanas, with the indriyas, with the regular experiences, which are talking the world to be real, with this chunk of background of 95%, 5% only we are listening to this logic as per the Upanishad that the Atma cannot move, movement only the cause of abhasa, movement is not there, therefore effect is not there. We punch. But when you remove all vasanas, when you devalue the world, when you sit quietly and contemplate in this angle, then you will see that 95% what is that is experience is real, that there is no jagat at all created in the world. 5% still it is seen, but it is not valued. Because anirvachaniyam achintyam. कोई बात नहीं. After saying this, so there is something called anirvachaniya khyati in Vedanta. What is anirvachaniya khyati? Is Paramatma is anirvachaniya. Jagat is anirvachaniya. Cause of Jagat and Paramatma called as mind also is anirvachaniya. What is meaning God? You cannot finally conclusively arrive about it, but there is a solution. What is the solution? When you establish in the self, Maya goes away, Jagat goes away. Before entering into that, the the answer to the question about how the Maya, where from the Maya, how the Jagat, where from the Jagat, how the Paramatma is unseen, इसका निर्वचन नहीं होता. The peculiarity of this is this: how the dream has come, why the dream has come. You can never answer it, yet they have a solution that you can wake up from the dream. Is it not? You can never explain the dream. It whatever the way say, still there is why, still a question remains. How and why? You can never answer. But when you wake up, you know all that is unreal, waker is real. Okay? In the same way, because of the limitation of the faculty called as intellect, which is natural to it, it cannot understand which is beyond it. And these concepts of truth, reality, the Maya, the Jagat, they are beyond intellect's comprehension. अपने कैपेसिटी से ज़्यादा चीज़ को नहीं कर सकता ना. Every computer is only that much it will do. It can't do beyond. And you can't struggle with intellect. That's why Tarka will not give you the reality. Tarkena eshamati napaneya. That's what anirvachaniya khyati in the Vedanta. You can't do the nirvachana that why the rope is not seen when it is there. We cannot give the nirvachana, then why the snake is seen? You can never answer those questions. But with some process of proximity or touching, you can experience the rope. The moment you see the rope, snake is gone. So too, when you reach the experience of the self, entire Maya, Jagat dissolves. So that's the solution. Without experiencing that, questions can never be completely satisfactorily answered. Now, achintyate yatah sada eva. Therefore, the entire world of forms and names are inexplicable, ultimately. But they all dissolve in the experience of the self. And all Vedanta is not to reject the world. The Vedanta is for making us experience the self. उसके ऊपर दृष्टि रखो. आत्मानुभव में सब अपने आप आंसर हो जाते. Just like, even Vivahara, the hates and angers, jealousies, you can never sort out them by attacking on them. Just to develop pure love, the peculiar magic will happen that all of them will go away. Like, I am angry with you, I hate you. You can't have answer to it justifiably. But when I start loving you, naturally the anger hatred just to go away. Solution हो गया कि नहीं? Be in that practice. I am doing it. Generally, we don't have any hatred, but just one or two people do behave funnily. Man mein lagta hai. No, I dropped all that. I just love everyone. That's it. Everyone, same. That person in Buffalo, I love each of them same way. because they are behaving same way. No difference for me now. मजा आ रहा है, मजा आ रहा है. Love the buffalo and the fellow equal. Even though the buffalo is more helpful, still I love that person also. Hmm. When the love comes, all that goes away. That's it. And you can love. Nobody can stop us from loving. The reasonless, causeless, and expectationless love, it's the nature of the self. It can be anywhere. There's a lot of thoughts coming to me. Examples, they're very funny, humorous. आजकल तो सब कटेल कर रहा हूँ मैं. नहीं बता रहे हैं सब. मजेदार बहुत सारे. Okay. Now, yatha asatsu rujvyadi abhaseshu rujvyadi buddhi drushta alata matre तथा असत्सु एव जात्यादिषु विज्ञानमात्रे जात्यादि बुद्धि मृषा एव इति समुदाय अर्थः. The concluding meaning of the entire episode so far, especially in the last two shlokas, is this. What is that? Hmm. Okay, though the abhasas are unreal, still they are seen. Just because they are seen need not be taken as real. From the Alatha standpoint, they are unreal. See that peculiarity? और कहीं से नहीं आए, all those abhasas, nor came from the Alatha. And without the Alatha movement, they are not seen. Then what is the funny expression of those abhasas? Unreal only. That is very safe acceptance. Safe way. When you accept it, you are safe. If you say it is real and बताओ रो कहाँ से आया, अब वो बताएंगे कहीं से नहीं आया हो, फिर कैसे दिख रहा है वो एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकता, फिर क्या कर सकते हैं? You can accept that they are unreal and they are unreal also. Same way, the entire jati, vastu, chalanam, or appearances like the Rujuakra appearances in the presence of self, though they are not there. In the presence of Alata, abhasas are seen, but not real. In the presence of the self, the Jagat is abhasa seen, but not real. This is a Samudaya Artha. The underlining point is the Alata is real, the abhasas are unreal. So too, the Jagat abhasa is unreal, Paramatma is real. This is what is the Samudaya Artha. Conclusion of these two slokas. Nichod. The gist of these two slokas. This has a little more to say. Tomorrow we'll touch upon it. Further shlokas. So we see Dravyam Dravyase Tutsyad Anyad Anyasya Sevahi Dravyatvam Bhavo Va Dharmanam Nopapadyate Dravyam Dravyase Tusyad Anyad Anyasya Sevahi Dravyatvam Bhavo Va Dharmanam Nopapadyate Dravyam Dravyase Tusyad Anyad Anyasya Sevahi Dravyatvam Bhavo Va Dharmanam Nopapadyate एवं न चित्तजा धर्मः चित्तं वापि न धर्मजम् एवं हेतुफला जातिं प्रविशन्ति मनीषिणः एवं न चित्तजा धर्मः चित्तं वापि न धर्मजम् एवं हेतुफला जातिं प्रविशन्ति मनीषिणः एवं न चित्तजा धर्मः चित्तं वापि न धर्मजम् एवं हेतुफला जातिं प्रविशन्ति मनीषिणः यावद्धेतुफलावेशः तावद्धेतुफलोदयः क्षीणे हेतुफलावेशे नास्ति हेतुफलोद्भवः यावद्धेतुफलावेशः तावद्धेतुफलोदयः क्षीणे हेतुफलावेशे नास्ति हेतुफलोद्भवः यावद्धेतुफलावेशः तावद्धेतुफलोदयः क्षीणे हेतुफलावेशे नास्ति हेतुफलोद्भवः. This 55 shloka is the answer for all questions and sadhanas. पक्का है ये. Try to listen from us when we speak on the exhaustively this shloka. And we'll also try to tell it as best as possible. This is where the help support comes to us to sort out the problems. Very beautiful sloka. This is how it has to be explained. We will see it tomorrow. Om 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 Om. do little more contemplation, both on Alatha as well as the Vijnana Atma. It will help. It will give us more clarity, subtle understanding. And once this is understood, now we understand the world is not so real. When it is not real, every problem is dissolved in that. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? When movies are not real, you will not be worried about हीरो मारा या हीरो विलन ने मारा. ऐसा एंटरटेनमेंट है, कोई सत्य ही नहीं उसमें. Entire samsara goes away, is it not? द मूवी में कोई सत्यता ही नहीं है, कोई कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. सो टू द एंटायर जगत सत्य ही नहीं है. व्हेन यू नो इट, फर्क नहीं पड़ता. इवन जन्म मरण जरा मृत्यु रोग, क्या है यार, वो है ही नहीं है सत्य. And this can't be explained or talked to the worldly people who take it as real. Only some of us who are slowly entering into deeper truth and reality, these things can be more helpful. And finally, that is a fact. The entire Nirvana Shatkam. मनोबुद्ध्यहंकार चित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमे न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं न मद एवरीथिंग इज स्पोकन इन दैट्स अल्टीमेट ट्रुथ. मजा आता है उसमें रेवल करने से. नाउ द लाइफ विल बी जस्ट लाइक वाचिंग मूवी व्हेन द मूवी इज अनरियल. हर एक एंजॉयमेंट आपको मिल रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी वो सत्य नहीं है. When you don't take it as that, every aspect of the movie troubles you because you keep on imagining को ऐसा होना चाहिए था, ऐसा होना चाहिए था. अब जो हो रहा है वही सत्य नहीं है, और उसका इम्प्रूवमेंट क्या करोगे तुम असत्य का? See that logic there? The movie scene is unreal. Then how can you imagine the improvement in the movie? That is also unreal only. So the Jagat is unreal. Then what is the improvement of the Jagat that can be done of the unreal Jagat? जो है सो है, then you start reveling in that. These are the changes that happen in our outlook with Vedanta. Okay. Today's morning class was on our Krama Shikshana Shakti. Discipline, self-discipline, self-acceptance, self-discipline, and its power. So very interesting thought it was. Listen once more. The data will be with us for contemplation. Thank you. Om, we have done the Om na. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Paramanishibhyo Namaha Parabrahmanena Shutimatrena Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu Mandukamarshaya Gaudavadacharya Varyaya Adya Shankara Sadgurave Asmat Guru Bhyo Namaha. Again I am requesting everyone to listen to this beautiful Vedanta has given Karika, yet live your life normally with following all the dharma rules. Let it happen slowly. 10 minutes more for our Bhashya Parayana.